Hey everybody, welcome back to another 3-minute Devo. Today we're gonna jump right in, so let's go. All right, our passage today is found in Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 25 is kind of the chunk of verses that we're gonna be dealing with in our study of Romans. But I'm only gonna read for right now verses 18 through 20, all right? So it says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men." So in the previous passage, we have Paul talking about the righteousness of God being revealed through the gospel. Now we have the wrath of God being revealed from heaven against all unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. For what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world in the things that have been made. And then listen to this sentence. So they are without excuse. Now this passage, as it continues on, it is an incredible, diagnosis maybe of the way I feel like the world is moving right now. That sentence that we just saw right there at the very beginning, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. Right now, truth in our culture is under attack. The idea of objective truth, of there being a source of truth that is outside of ourself, that idea is under attack. Right now, the world is trying to, not even right now, and not even the world. Our sinful nature and the lies of the enemy try to convince us that we are our own God. Ultimately, that is what is at the heart of sin, is the pride and the arrogance and the hubris that says, I am my own God and I can do whatever I want and I define my own truth. That right there, that idea is at the very core of sin. And in this passage, what we see is Paul says the wrath of God burns against this idea, the unrighteousness of men who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. Now, it might be easy to think, well, how do we, what if we don't know? What if we've never heard? What if no one's ever told us? Well, Paul deals with that right there. He says that the divine attributes of God have been plainly and clearly displayed through creation, through everything that God has made, so that they are without excuse. And then he goes on to say that although they knew God, they did not honor God or give thanks to him. And it says that they exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshiped and served the creature rather than the creator. Ultimately, man sets himself up as his own idol. Sometimes he pulls in other things, like other portions of creation. All throughout history, we've seen that man will worship nature or worship a tree or a carved idol that man created with his own hands as God. But I think at the root of it is this pride that says, I define my own life. I define what is right. I define what is truth. And God says, my wrath burns against that. That people, men, by their own unrighteousness, suppress the truth of the gospel, that Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life. And by him, we can reach the Father. Thanks so much for joining us for another 3-minute Devo. We'll catch you next time.